Jessica Darrow, aka the strong sister, Luisa from Encanto. Jessica, I gotta ask, did you see the movie getting as popular and as big as it has gotten so far?
I always knew that this movie was so special, but I actually was not expecting it to transcend in the way that it did. But it's not surprising. I mean, everyone can really find themselves within it. It's so relatable on so many levels.
And caught me by surprise when I watched it. Like, I didn't expect to get emotional, but I like.
Well, that's kind of Disney's thing, right? It's like you watch it and you're like, "Whoa, I'm like having a good time," and then you start tearing up and you're like, "Wait a second, what's going on here?"
Yeah, my wife looked over at one point. She's like, "Are you crying?" And I'm like, "No."
Stop looking at me. Look at the movie.
Yeah, watch the movie. Don't pay attention to what I'm doing. So, I looked it up actually right before our interview. Surface Pressure. Which is your character's big song in the movie. It is the number 2 stream song right now in Jacksonville. Obviously, a huge hit everywhere.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Well, did you? I guess after watching the movie, I know you obviously were a big part of Surface Pressure. You actually had to record it. So, did you expect it to be really like? We don't talk about Bruno and Surface Pressure. I feel like those are the two big songs from the movie. But I think Surface Pressure is starting to be the number 1 song that everybody's like, this is the song from the movie.
Well, We Don't Talk About Bruno is the best. That's my favorite song. I remember when I watched the movie for the first time, I had never heard that song before. I literally was like, wait, I'm like taking double takes at the screen. I said, this is in my movie. This is dope. I said, forget my song. But that's what's so amazing about it is it's like, I'm so humbled and honored by all of the popularity that it's received. But what feels so good about it is that it's because it's such a relatable message. I mean, the lyrics are kind of devastating, not kind of, they are. And the beat that it's put to, the message as a whole is it makes it so easy to receive because of Lin-Manuel's genius and the way that he creates music. And then after you listen to it, I think maybe why it's starting to resonate with people more now as time has passed after they've watched the film is like, wait a second, this really is my anthem. Mm-hmm. And people can't stop playing it because it helps, at least for me, I feel like the song is becoming my scripture more and more every day. Like I relate to Luisa more and more, and this anxiety battle, this battle of making sure we get everything done at once and make sure we put all of our responsibilities like first before ourselves, and the battle between but also I need to take care of myself at the same time too. How do I balance those things? Mm-hmm. This is something that is so prevalent and extremely relatable, especially within American society and as well as all over the globe.
I completely agree. And I remember listening to the song and it almost like, the movie, it just transitioned into the song so perfectly that you were like, oh, we're singing now. This is awesome.
Yeah, that's also Disney's thing, It's like, wait, we're singing now?
Oh, now we're singing. But, I've seen some social media videos, TikTok videos of other singers that are talking about how complicated it was for you to actually sing Surface Pressure the way that you were hitting the octaves and stuff. Was it were you did you plan that? Was it hard, or were you like, nah, I got this?
I mean, listen, it's a difficult song, okay? Mm-hmm. No matter how trained you are as a singer, a hard song's a hard song. It requires the stamina, period. And I will say this, gosh, they knew what they were doing when they cast me, because I do have a very low voice, but because of my musical theater history and because I'm also crazy and I do a million different voices, I can also access other sides of my register. But to be quite honest with you, I have not sung like this or done a song as dynamic as this in, kind of ever, but also just in a while. Musical theater is a huge part of my past. I actually grew up doing so many musicals, singing all the time, doing so many competitions. I've always been performing since a very young age. And I'm from Miami, so, it's not, we haven't got a lot of a theater scene over there. So I feel like this is kind of South Florida's way of like overcompensating. It's like, okay, we don't have like New York here, but don't worry, we got like all the competitions. I was always like doing all the community theater, but it also, gave me this amazing training and discipline to be able to, I don't know, kind of bring forth this stamina. But what I wanted to say is that I didn't know that I would even be accessing this side of my voice, this part of myself ever again, until this amazing project came back into my life. I actually thought that I had said goodbye to this part of me, of the art that I make, for a while, because though I love musical theater, doing musicals per se, like live musicals right now, isn't like what I'm interested in doing.
Sure.
But I do a lot of voiceover work. I do a lot of film work. And so this was kind of like the perfect culmination of everything that raised me and made me who I am. And I get to do it in the comfort and safety of Luisa's body. and the fact that she also, like, just her story is so relatable. She is me, I am her. The emotion just kind of came out seamlessly. And what was really amazing to experience was letting the texture of my voice, letting my natural sounds come out naturally. And Lin-Manuel really wanted me to embrace those aspects as opposed to being, perfectly pitch perfect and rigid.
Let it be what it is. And that's, I mean, that's even what essentially, the song's kind of all about. And you mentioned it, that Luisa is you are Luisa. And I don't know, maybe you saw a picture of the character beforehand, or maybe you were just like kind of creating the character in your head. Like, did Luisa look exactly like you envisioned when you were maybe reading the script or reading the character a little bit, like trying to understand her?
I knew she was going to be big in some capacity, larger than life, whether it be body, personality, mind. When I first received the breakdown, like the number one sentence that they had was that she was like a big tough crybaby. She was soft on the inside, hard on the outside. I was like, well, this is me. So I said, all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and be myself, see what happens. And I had this this image in my head, and they have definitely showed me some storyboard things that they were working on, which was so amazing. And what was crazy is that, Luisa and I are obviously very different body types, but there's a lot of her likeness that I see within myself. Like she's kind of got the like hazel eyes and freckles, and like even her facial expressions, the way that she emotes when she's sad, when she's crying, or when she's about to cry, when she's got a little like lip quiver. I very much like, that is me, I feel like. And it seems like they pulled these the blocking and the actions for this character at some point from my vocal delivery. I guess like this is the emotion that it elicits, which was so amazing to see. But really what I was thinking of was, yes, I had her image in my head, but I just wanted to give the most earnest and honest performance. And as someone who already kind of always talks like this whenever I'm sad or I'm mopey, like it kind of just went along with it.
It was perfect. Well, that's awesome.
Oh,
my last question for you is, I was doing a little bit of reading and previous interviews you've done, and I was reading that the part where Luisa goes, "I'm a loser." You improvised that line.
That was actually one of the things where, and it was just in a series of takes where they were like, you just give us some like self-deprecating screams, cries, sobs, whatever. And I knew at this point in the film what was going on. So I was just like, God, what do I say when I'm just giving up everything? And then I just started shouting, "I'm a loser." And they stopped me and they're like, wow, that is so heartbreaking, but so perfect.
But it really does. Like if you follow along with it, you're like, she feels like she's only useful if she's helping out and doing the chores. So I feel like it works perfectly.
Yeah.
Were there any other parts of the script that you were able to improvise, or did you kind of just roll with it and put your personality into those lines?
I mean, I really was just filling it with my personality. I feel like there were definitely, lines that changed as I started to put my inflection on things. Sure. Like we would change up some words, but I'd say, not too much improv. The writing was already just so beautiful. If anything, maybe I added like little things here and there, like maybe little words or phrases. I know that there's definitely a lot of points where I probably slipped in like bro or dude on accident, and they're like, Jessica, what the hell do you think you're doing? This is not you. This is another character. I'm like, but she feels so close to me. But yeah, no, I mean, that's pretty much it. Not too much improv. The writing in this film is incredible. Charisse Castro-Smith is, she's a freaking stunner and a genius. Yeah, I'd say there are a lot of the grunting sounds and eating sounds were certainly my own. So I'll give you that.
Good. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking some time out of your day to chat with us. What's next for you? Music wise, acting wise, like you got anything planned? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I've actually got an EP that's going to be coming out. I'm hoping for March now. There's so much going on. So I'm really focusing on music right now, but my next thing that I just got to focus on this next week and a half is my one-woman cabaret that's going on at 54 Below here in New York. But it is also going to be live streamed. Okay. So y'all could catch it anywhere from the comfort of your own home. It's going to be essentially like a one-woman show. I'm going to be singing songs from my past, from my present, songs I've always wanted to sing, kind of like my inner monologue type of thing. It's Valentine's Day weekend, February 12th, so we're just going to be chilling, hanging out, and I might do a new song from the EP. We will see, but we can certainly look out for more music from me. And that's my next thing that I got going on. So check that out.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking some time out and to tell us a little bit more about Luisa from Encanto and your role in making what is Jacksonville's second most streamed song.
Amazing! I can't believe it.
Yes, I know. It's so great. We were looking at all the numbers and stuff like that, and my boss and I, we were debating it between We Don't Talk About Bruno and Surface Pressure. And I was like, Surface Pressure.
It's okay. You can like them both equally. Like one is a solo and one is a bunch of other different voices. You have different moods. Everyone's like, oh, which one's better? I'm like, bro, I love them both.
They can both live together in harmony.
They both talk about two like different things, I mean, we're very important things, but yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you for having me. It's been such an awesome time.
Yes, we'll see you later.
Bye.